Okay, you can use once it's to walk around. Not as good as clicking though. Door. Side doors protected me and my apartment. Or maybe they protected Warsaw City from me. Let's go to our client.
The director's office is behind that door. Mr. Haggis is expecting you.
Alfred? What went up? It sucks that it doesn't tell us what went up. And Alfred's not an important person, I guess. Oh wait, what is this? Painting. I noticed the gold frame as soon as I entered this room. It looked like gold, but I wasn't certain. It was easy enough to check. Oh, you are excitable. I took out my badge and used it to scratch the smooth surface. A deep groove appeared. Gold. A painting of Geoffrey Haggis. Oh, these directors and their inflated egos. But what was it hanging on the wall? A reception. Why was it hanging in the wall? In the hall. A receptionist in love. Or maybe just corporate policy. I didn't have time for articulation. The computer on the desk was not secured. The empty workspace exuded corporate solitude. The nameplate on the desk read, Junior Customer Support Specialist Idris Ikari. Oh, we can't do that. Interesting. Look at the monitors. The screensaver slideshow changed between the landscapes beyond the ABBs and the towers of Warsaw cities. Breaking the sequence, an image of two women embracing appeared on one of the monitors. One of them had blue hair. I barely touched the screen and gained access to the desktop. It wasn't locked. There was an open BWI presentation and unfinished hand of solitaire. Scan the contents. There may have been some interesting files there. My snooping software started shifting through the contents of the computer. The screen filled up with the face of my client. I can see you through the camera. You won't find anything on that computer. I'm in the room next door. Come and see me. Before he hung up, the software displayed the search manual. There really was nothing here. Browse the presentation. I saw 3D blue whales flying through the clouds, a company's logo. The animated slides presented the financial results for the last quarter. I copied the presentation to look at to take a look later. There's nothing more to see here. Oh, so you were supposed to follow? Oh. Are you following us?
You're here. Good.
Yep. The man takes a deep breath and let the air out through his nose with a loud wheeze. Dialogue tips. Dialogue tags. Icons and tags that appear on the left of the text mark dialogue. Branches that... Do this again. Icon and tags that appear on the left of the text mark dialogue branches that you have unlocked by your previous decisions. Other players might see something different or nothing at all. There are several ways an interaction or a dialogue branch can be unlocked. Your previous knowledge, past actions, and the relationship you have built can all unlock pieces of the narrative. A branch can also be unlocked by your background, a profession you have unlocked, or a deduction you have made. Okay. You take a good look at me. He took a good look at me. What's the past choices? Introduce yourself. Hello, my name is... I know who you are. I'm Director Haggis. Something's wrong with my son. He's not getting off the couch and, well, you see for yourself. It's been over 4 days. He entered some game with his friend Timmy. I've tried talking to Timmy, but he's clammed up. His condition makes me worry even more. My son is on the couch in the next room. Let's go there now. Here he is. Find out what's going on with him and how he can be helped. Examine Frito. Haggis' son was wearing an expensive brand name suit and a state-of-the-art helmet covered part of his face. The couch side panel warned that he'd exceeded the online time limit. I couldn't help noticing the genital area of his gaming suit was bulging. What did they say was most important? Was it the... I know it wasn't the couch. It was the suit. We did read that. The suit was equipped with advanced anti-bed sore software. It resembled the skin of a slithering snake. Check the material. I ran my fingers over the suit's surface. The synthetic fibers emitted more heat in the places where they needed to work harder. Sometimes you will gain information directly pertaining to the deduction process necessary for solving the case. Left-click the deduction icon at the edge of the screen or press Y. Okay, so we got the job from Haggis, which shows us this. How to help Frito. Each main node in your deduction panel is the question you are trying to answer. On the left side of it, you can see the clues that you've gathered. Possible answers are listed to the right. Hover over them to learn more. Every decision in the deduction is binding and cannot be unmade. If you choose the option, let the father find his son in the game, you will in fact abandon this case. If you believe you have enough information, click and hold the left mouse button over the chosen answer. Oh wow, gather more information, gather more, and that's good. Forgot how cool this was. But all of this is for this case, I'm guessing. We just have no... Well, I'm guessing it's going to be important later. The portrait of director Gregory Haggis. Oh, we have 2 out of 3. I recently... we'll start reading it when we... We'll start reading when we finish. When we get all information. It makes life a lot easier. Did we do devitalizations? I don't think we did, but Blue Whales Interactive earns 80% of its profit from its 4 flagship products: the game's Paradise Beach, the Knight's Code, and Pygmalion Service, and the sales of luxury Golden Thought Helmet. Paradise Beach, as we all know, is no longer a novelty. The space station we added to the game generated sales growth, but the game is now in the plateau stage and is supported by its regular customers. We are obviously happy that people keep looking to it for love and sex, that they are making digital children, and so on. Huh? We can use some kind of ideas for its development. Anyone? No. Then on to the next item. Knight's Code is experiencing a resurgence. There are more and more clans, the game is growing, and we're adding new locations. Admins are reporting some strange activity from the clan Han, an occult that they have, but we've seen stranger things in our games. Knight's Code, here's hoping. The Golden Thought Helmet is off the list of the most in-demand luxury early buyer's goods for the richest representatives of Earth, which is a tremendous success for our marketing department. When I heard 2 years ago that we were entering the luxury segment, I thought that the heads were going to roll. I'm glad to say I was wrong. Now, on to Pygmalion. It's nice to be working with geniuses who have developed a technology that brings our company on par with the creator. It's a damn expensive service, but people are still lining up. And a shout out to our lawyers, who were able to manage the legality of this service. The reference to the constitutional rights to procreation was a brilliant move. We have been registering some We have been registering some growing social unrest and hostility towards DigiNet for some time now, but this is suspected to be driven by our competition. That will be all for the introduction. Let's move on to the numbers. BWI, great and greater light. What is happening in school? But man. Okay. Then we can say, okay. Examine. The suit was trying to mitigate the boy's sexual arousal through slow but extensive body massage. Let's examine him now. The suit was, check if he's faking. I grabbed the shoulder and shook him a few times. No muscle tension, he wasn't faking. The quiet sound of the suit's massaging devices grew louder as the supporters brought his body back to the optimal position. He clears his throat impatiently. I'll welcome your conclusion when you're ready. Let's look at the helmet. I lean over to get a better look. Check the number. To get a look at the number, I had to raise his head. I gently grabbed the head and tried to turn it a little. He moaned. Explain it. I know what I'm doing. He'll be fine. Do you think I'm blind? You're hurting him. Leave him the fuck alone, or I'll throw you out myself. I turn his head to access the helmet's technical data panel. The boy exhumes heavily. I take a good look at the panel and scan the helmet's serial number. Something was wrong. The panel should have had a synthetic wax seal, but it was gone. Someone must have gotten to the number before me. Next, let's check the screen. The visor screen had no information. The visor screen had no info on Fredo's virtual location, an intentional safeguard. The helmet didn't have an observer port either. There was no way to see what he was playing for discretion. Enough sniffing around. Tell me what's going on with my son. Calm him down and present your conclusions. Wait, first. This went up. I don't know, was it? It doesn't show. That's the only thing I don't like. It doesn't show what raises. But we did get Fredo. We actually get the serial number from Fredo's helmet. It wasn't easy as it seemed. Someone removed the seal that's been hiding the serial number on Fredo's helmet. The question is why? We missed some. Oh, it's something on one that we didn't get. Oh, I guess we're reading it. I recently did a portrait of someone who seemed very ambiguous. At first glance, it was a careerist who came out of the low city and soared to the ceiling of management in a big corporation. You're from the low city. But the more you looked, he seemed torn, somewhat tragic. The fat folds of his face, the small eyes gleaming under his slanted eyebrows, they were dramatic. I felt like I was looking at a fallen angel. Yeah, he was fat and ugly, but he was once beautiful. On the canvas, I made him look like a leader from the Far East. He seemed pleased. Are you wondering who it was? As an artist, I don't have to keep it secret, especially as he already paid me. It was Geoffrey Haggis of Blue Whales Interactive. Take a good look at him. You will see something else. Celeste Paxi, My Visions. Interview. Today we have a doubly powerful guest. Not only is he big, but he's big. Was that well said, Mr. Haggis? It's Director Haggis, and I have my doubts. And to whether it was well said, yes. You're the CEO of Blue Whales Interactive, right? Yes. Just like you're the owner of this station. I'm the director of AI department, sir. That's good enough. Excellent, director. So say you know how things are at work. What's going on at home? Are your kids healthy? Is your wife faithful? Who is interviewing you? I'm warning you. One more stupid question and I'm leaving. And yes, my son Frederick is doing well and getting good grades. He's a talented artist. Eleanor is the perfect mother, partner and lady of the house. Can I ask you a question now? Go ahead, director. Could you ask me a question that's actually interesting? Can't blame him for that. Oh, there's a dark web section. Oh, that's part of gossip. That's right. Really, personality traits. Yellow. Perception of reality. Intuitive. Hierarchization. Emotional. When a person tells a joke to lighten the mood of a group, it's quite possible they're yellow, but of course all types tell jokes sometimes. Yellows are infectiously enthusiastic and inspiring. They're always the life of the party. Keep the conversations going and don't let groups fall into conflict. A lot like greens, yellows are dependent on the opinions of others. Yellows are dependent on the opinions of others. They can get distracted much more quickly. So when you speak to one, keep it short. Yellows value people, relationships, and good moods. But of course, they also have their flaws. They're unbelievably forgetful, especially with things you've said during conversation. That's why they tend to ask the same question several times. They also suffer from short-lived enthusiasm and an almost innate lack of orderliness. Introduction to type analysis of the world. I don't understand what just happened. Oh. Personality types in our world. Do you remember getting hired here? Sure. I was interviewed by some damn artificial intelligence that detects lies in your voice and your eyes. What's next? And hey, it's screwed up that you can't lie during job interviews nowadays. Can you imagine the old times? Without AI, I mean. You could feed them any sort of bullshit. It's my job. I'm ready to work twice as hard as you need me to. I've always wanted to work for a stupid company. And today you need to be honest. Plus the AI will check your integrity and how well you handle difficult situations. And it will check your personality type. Doesn't it seem strange to you, Frank, that we're approaching the middle of the 22nd century and we're still operating using the old Jungian typology? Works for me. But what? Four personality types and that's it? Four main ones. Then there's the question of temperament. Our society is, to put it mildly, of average intelligence. So at least they're able to get their heads around that. You know, these axes aren't that easy to understand. Refresh my memory, would you? The horizontal one represents the perception of reality. On the left, you have what you see, feel, and so on. The more perceptual, detail-oriented, and realistic approach. On the right, you have comprehension perception. That is, a more intuitive, go with your gut approach. So you're saying people on the left ponder each purchase for a month and compare others, while those on the right only need an impulse and poof, there goes the money. This is something like that. Blue and greens on the left, reds and yellows on the right. Exactly. Now for the vertical axis, people seem to have more trouble with that one. While the first one is just about your perception of reality, the other ones feature two keys of hierarchizations of what is perceived. That sounds quite clever. I don't get it. Just listen. The upper part represents the logical key. People who use it will say, this is better because it's more coherent, logical, and consistent with theory. That is worse because it's incoherent, illogical, and utter bullshit. Categorizing things as better or worse is exactly that. Hierarchization. Thank you, Professor. No problem. And what about the lower part of the axis? What key do they use? The emotional key. They'll say this is better because it will make people happy and create less conflict. This is worse because it will turn people against each other and make them unhappy. That's a complete different mindset. Exactly. The blues and rays are in the upper part. They're independent and they don't give a shit about what people think about them. Generally speaking, the ones in the lower part, yellows and greens, are dependent of the opinions of others. So if we start from the top right, then go down, left and up again, like clock hands, we have the red type, intuitive reflection, then yellow, intuitive emotional, then green, perceptual emotional, And last but not least, blue, perceptual, reflective. That's right, Cal. Fuck yeah. What type are you? What do you mean, what type? I'm obviously yellow. That's what I thought. And you? I'm not telling you shit. Red. I sent you a red. Cal and Frank. They're funny. Did something else pop up? I don't think it did. Must be somewhere else. Not that. Eh. No. No idea. Organizations. Oh, it's fine. Let's look at deductions. Oh, it stayed where we were last. Oh, what's the first one? Oh, he's agitated and exhausted. He's acting as if he's experiencing endless erotic exhaustion. At the same time, he is showing signs of extreme. Huh. Calm him down and present your conclusions. Mr. Haggis, this is a tense situation, so we need to keep our composure. According to my initial observations, he's been logged on for over 4 days, but there are no signs of adverse effects from the session. This is some excellent equipment. However, Frito is unnaturally excited. If this state continues, it may lead to some unpleasant consequences. We need to hurry. Doing a hard extraction by taking the helmet off is a huge risk, and logging out remotely is impossible, I know, like it is in most systems. Can you at least tell me where he's logging to? The virtualum data is masked by the helmet's discretion system. Gamedec equipment won't be any help here either. I need to find out which game he logged into and then take the appropriate steps. I understand. Frito entered the game with his friend Timmy. He's a spineless pushover, but that might be for the best. He's waiting in my office. Maybe he can tell us something. You better hurry though, as someone's on the way to pick him up. Codex is a popular Gamedec's tool. Codex contains important information that you gather during your investigation. Left click on the icon on the edge of the screen and press U. Yeah. He looks at me, then at his son and sighs. Alright, get to work. So we can't look at him again? I want to check the couch. In the 11 bits, discretion and comfort, couch reeks of luxury and unattainability. Despite the high... Let's leave. Body was exhausted. We knew that. Who is this? There was a rather provocative dressed 20-something woman on the couch. The vice panel was flashing warning. Take a closer look. She must have been planning a short session since she didn't put on a suit. She looks like one of the women I've seen on the computer screen in the hall. Is that your assistant? She's a random lowlife. Leave her alone and get back to work. Given. She may have some crucial information. Alright, just hurry up. Check the panel. She's exceeded the safety limits for logged in time. Over 4 days without a suit. She must have taken a game pill, or her bladder wouldn't have held out. She started revitalization, but something interrupted the process, even though she couldn't control her body. I thought she could hear me. Her helmet had an external monitoring port. I could connect to it and see what happened. Connect. He noticed what I was doing. The observer's port. He nodded. I see you're prepared. Yay. Relations. Oh, that's how we know what's increasing. When I connected to our helmet, the image was transmitted to my lenses. Oh, Timmy's gonna be gone, isn't he? The girl drifted to an undefined space. It wasn't the network's menu or any of the games I knew. Hello, I'm a Gamedec. I was hired by Mr. Haggis. I connected to your helmet. You can talk, and I'll hear you on my walk-tail. According to the login, your name is Starlet. Is that right?
A Gamedec. That's great. Yeah, I'm Starlet. I can't seem to log out.
Let me try and help you. A progress bar appeared in your quest log. It is influenced by your decisions and dialogue choices. Remember that making it out can prompt a negative or positive outcome depending on the situation. Analyze. Interrupted revitalization is rare, usually due to faulty equipment, but that wasn't the case. It must have been something external. Revitalization is based on hardware stimulation of the player's senses. Each stage appears on the progress bar. Sadly, I can't recall the correct order. Vision is definitely restored last. When the helmet is removed, had I rushed it started, would have been in serious trouble. Okay, Starlet, I think I know how to wake you. Wait, I hear laughter. What's happening? My deck detected the girl's helmet being bombarded with exabytes of data. Someone wanted to overload it and terminate our connection. Starlet, someone is trying to either stop us from talking or probe me. Damn it, what are you gonna do? The attack was intensifying, I didn't know what to do. Activate the firewall. I activate some barriers to block the signal, but it's only a matter of time before they crack. It was possible to use jamming barriers to slow the attack, or some decent but weaker reflection barriers. I think jamming. It sent requests and inquiries to the source of the attack, slowing down whoever it was. So I put up some barriers. I bought us some time. Great, it's about time we got out of here. Observe. Questioner. We don't have much time. What game do you get into with the guys? Try to remember. We were inside a game. But which one? I was attacked. That's all I remember. Then I woke up. Observe. My connection was going overboard with streams of incoming data. The walktail wasn't able to interpret it. One thing was for certain. The attack was getting stronger by the second. We don't have much time. I'm gonna try to get you out of here. Oh, we don't. Stimulate her senses. The correct order was key. The revitalization bar has stopped on stimulating proprioception. It seemed right to start with that. Starlet, I'm going to finish your revitalization. I'm going to need to touch your body. Is that okay? Do whatever is necessary. Move her arm. I felt around from Starter's arm and Rillium. I raised it and moved it around. The revitalization bar moved forward. Proprioception complete, a good start, but the screen didn't display the next stage. Let's do Let's do balance. Inner ear, her sense of balance. Let's raise her head. I feel dizzy. It means that your inner ear has been stimulated. I can't stimulate another sense. Smell. Oh, it's time for the sense of smell. I knew it was connected with taste. I hesitated. Blow in her face. I don't know how fresh my breath was, but I took the risk. I leaned over and blew under the helmet into her face, then waited. Hey, I smelled something strange, but now I have a weird taste in my mouth. That means you're on the right track. Touch. Touched her head and squeezed. I can feel your hand, finally. Now comes vision. It's getting stronger. Finish it. It should stimulate your vision. Slowly set it off. Thank you. Didn't come from the walk tail, but directly from her lips. I was about to terminate the connection when I saw a message. Gamedec. Whoever brought you into the game doesn't understand its rules. Go home and go to sleep. It's for your own good. Don't get involved. The attack ended and I got disconnected. What in the world? Well, Gamedec, you're actually impressed me. Can you wake up my son now? I'll do what I can, Mr. Haggis. We need to talk to Timmy. After we talk to, well, Timmy and her.